Hi, I'm Ed Smith. I'm a cook and a food writer, and about 18 months ago the trustees of Borough Market asked me to write this, the Borough Market Cookbook, Recipes and Stories from a Year at the Market, which is a celebration of seasonal market ingredients, of how shopping at fresh produce markets wherever you are can inspire and aid your cooking at home. Of course, it's also about trying to capture the essence of this place, Borough Market, about its values on tackling waste and sustainability, about the innovative and characterful food producers, businesses and traders that operate here 5, sometimes 6 days a week, and about the diverse and occasionally quirky community events that take place here throughout the year. There's actually been a market on this spot of land near London Bridge for 1,000 years. I've been lucky enough to work in and around the market for around 6 years now, so I'm quite familiar with the maze that is in front of us, and I thought it would be a nice idea if I could show you some of the places that you can get some great food from and link it to a few of the things in the book. One of the joys of seasonal market shopping, I think, is that the markets are constantly changing with the seasons, of course, but almost on a weekly basis. And I think that the greengrocers are often the bellwether and the guardians of our palates, both in terms of taste and visually. So at the moment we're at the bridging point between summer and autumn. So we're kind of moving on from berries like strawberries and golden raspberries there, through stone fruits, so greengages, plums, damsons, but soon into apples and pears. And the colours in the market change from the yellows and reds and oranges of summer through to greens and browns of autumn, with cavolo nero and all the brassicas and the winter squashes that are going to come through. And of course also mushrooms. So there are a number of different traders at Borough Market who specialise in wild mushrooms, and one of them is this Tartufea, who both mushrooms and also anything fungi. They've got amazing truffles throughout the year. Mushrooms are one of those amazing autumnal ingredients that really sort of make you think of those crisp mornings and nutty flavours. And I think that whenever you come to a market, you should be able to pick things that really grab your attention and then treat them simply and cook them without too much fuss. And mushrooms are a great example of that, because really all they ever need is to be fried in butter. But there are a couple of recipes in the book that add a little bit more than that. There's wild mushrooms with tarragon and mustard on toast, malfatti with wild mushrooms, and also a mushroom ketchup to go with your steak. So another thing I love about Borough Market is that it's a one-stop shop for specialty ingredients. You literally within a couple of metres you can fill your larder with spices, with specialist salts, with honey, all different varieties, and of course olive oil. I love this importer of Greek produce, Olivology. They've got amazing pistachios and honey and feta and olives and olive oil. All of their olive oil comes from the same estate, the same olives, but they're pressed at different temperatures and they taste remarkably different. In the book there are plenty of recipes, of course, with olive oil used as a flavour as well as an ingredient. There's even a cake in which olive oil replaces butter, so it's dairy free and it tastes delicious. Like many people, I suspect that my first encounter with Borough Market had something to do with cheese, which is not really a surprise because there are actually over 20 different affineurs, dairies and importers of cheese here at Borough Market. Some produce their own cheese, some curate it from around Britain, and others bring it in from different regions from around the world. There can't be many better places to stock your cheese board. From time to time I like cooking with specialist cheeses too, and I certainly enjoyed working out which of the aged Comtés I preferred in the recipe for the family style sharing aged Comté soufflé. Another thing that's really great about shopping at produce markets is that you can talk to the people who are really, really close to the things that you're buying, if not the producers themselves. And you can often taste as well in advance, like at this place from Field and Flower, who specialise in honey from Italy, from Sweden, from the UK, from Spain and Mexico. Honey tastes completely different depending on what the bees have been feeding on. And this is a really great example of that. And so where some people say that honey is like a good natural sweetener, it is, but it's actually a flavour. And in the book there are lots of recipes that really make the most of honey as a flavour rather than just a sweetener, whether that's figs baked in honey, creamy cold rice pudding with bee pollen and honey and roast seasonal fruits on top.